Go for it. Okay.
I'm saying nothing. Come on. You two do the intro.
No.
Where's this come
Go
from?
ahead, mate. Hello,
Listen,
come on.
good evening. You're wondering why we started that way. These two little hobbits, off camera before we came on, wanted to take the piss, calling me dictator and everything. So tonight, I step back, Ozzy and Pat step forward.
All right. Apologies, Sauron. Carry on.
Good evening, everyone. Hope we are well. Good evening, Pat and Ozzy. How are we, gentlemen?
Good, thanks, Martin. Pat, always a pleasure as usual.
Yeah, you too, guys. It's sometimes you forget when you have a week off work. It's actually quite refreshing. On week off work, week off football. It's quite refreshing. So yeah, guess we've got some got a good weekend to look forward to, and yeah, hopefully some favourable results as well. But yeah, it's been a good week, and I suppose everybody else has been relaxing, enjoying. Other fan bases get humbled. So yeah, can't complain with the way things have been going.
I'm not doing the Arsenal stuff.
No, I'm just getting it out of the way now. Yeah,
We got slapped 5-1. Let's not start taking the piss. We got slapped 5-1 by him. I'm not doing that.
I'm sorry, but what are they winning this season?
What are we winning this season?
I don't care. We've just come off.
We've got money in the bank though, Martin. So we're fine. We've got money in the bank.
Can't talk to us right now, mate.
Yeah,
I know, but it would have been the weekend. We got slapped.
I don't care. It's one game. One game.
All right, it started. It started.
Anyway, good evening to everyone.
Apologies, guys. I was the snowball that created the avalanche.
I don't know where the other owner is. He's just disappeared off the face of the planet. If anyone's seen Rich, because he's literally now on the side of milk cartons.
Oh, Ricky Milk Cartons.
I mean, it's very nice. Pat's even had a comb over for today's show, which is very nice.
I know it's waving in the breeze, even though I'm indoors because I've got the fan going.
Yes, I have, and I'm going to talk about that this evening. I have seen it. I know World War III is about to erupt. I was listening to Dante sent me a lovely clip earlier from BBC Manchester that he was on. It was the funniest thing I'd ever heard. So big up Dante in the 1894 group, by the way. I love Dante. He's just straight to the point and says it as it is, and I love him for it. He's a top guy. Get over to 1894. Show him a lot of love. Show him a lot of supporters blues. Yeah, but we will get into that because I know that's caused a lot of rumblings again. We're going to go back down the old season ticket price hike that is due to about, well, we're getting to that time of year, aren't we, where City fans have to dig deep in their pocket once again. Yeah, you want 250 million spent? Well, you're going to pay for it the other end, boys. I will start some of these. Good evening to everyone. Ed, Connor, Mark, Mingy Wong, Caribbean Racer, who is now Manchester Rising, by the way, because he's had some issues with his account. DC, good evening. Dash, hope you are well, mate. I did respond back to you. I've been off the grid for 2 days. I've had a complete and utter rest from everything, which has been very, very nice. It's been lovely just to have that. You know, when you get no football midweek, it's lovely. You know what? I love no midweek football.
It felt like a short-term international break.
Yeah.
Like there was football going on, but you just did not care about it, you know? Like,
yeah. Tone, good evening. Tone will be back on Monday where we're going to go into the Real Madrid stuff ahead of Tuesday's game. Everyone is in the building. Jack, hello. Yes, like I said, we are going to go into that. I will start that because I will come back to that in a bit. There has also been issues with the Real Madrid ticket sales, which we know about, which we'll go into as well, because City blamed technical difficulties. Bullshit. Something's gone wrong. Something's gone wrong somewhere. They've gone, crap, we need to pull this one back. So, yeah. We'll get into it all. Hello. Oh, he's here. Do you know what? Breaking news. You can take him off the milk cartons, everyone.
He's a January signing.
Yeah, he's here. He's come off the milk cartons. Good evening, Rich.
Good evening. Sorry about that. Morning, getting to school chaos.
Oh. Is that the reason you missed a 5.5 hour stream earlier?
And that was because I was camping in the middle of nowhere. If you're talking about on Monday.
Come out doing what?
I was camping.
Right. No. Coffee, by the way, congratulations on getting to Wembley, mate. I hope you have a lovely day. Game about Trafalgar Square. You won't be able to take that over. Good evening, Blue Heart, because they're doing St. Patrick's Day, setting it all up. Oh, yeah. Boxing Blue, hello, how are you? Steve, good evening, mate. Lina, as always, good evening to you, my friend. Yeah, say hello to each other as well while you're on your way in. Bite your dick off, good evening. I am going to respond to your email. I've not done anything. I know people have emailed me. We will respond, I promise you. It's on me, this one. Like I said, I've been off the grid for 2 days. Good evening, Della. Blue Heart, send hello to everyone. Adam FCFC Quinn. We will win the FA Cup and the Club World Cup this season. Up the fucking Blues. Loving it, mate. We can still win the league. Jesus, you're optimistic. We only need Liverpool to lose 6 of the remaining 15. We only need them to lose 50% of the remaining games. Basically, what he's saying is we need him to fall off a cliff. But then the other side of it is we need to climb up the cliff, go over the cliff, and go on a 12-mile hike before we're even back in it. I love it that people are like, yeah, we're still in, we're not out for it. Mathematically, like bollocks, we're out of it. Linne, thank you for renewing for the 21st month, nearly 2-year anniversary. Big up, mate. Appreciate that. Can be also in the summer. Yes, that was done. I still think that happens in the summer. Looks like that's been agreed. Apparently, he had a broken foot. His injury is actually genuine. He's broke his foot. So that's why it never got done in Jam, because it's not point in signing someone with a broken foot. That ain't happening. Technical difficulties, yeah. MCFC India. I love that badge. I'm loving that badge. Big up on your badge. 10 out of 10 for the badge. Loving that. Yeah, I have starred them, Connor. I will come back to him. Liverpool going for the quad. It is. They won't get the quad. So to get the quad, you've got to be... you need everything to fall for you. They will lose one. And they may get the treble. My thing is, a minute, I just want them to draw a game or lose a game so they don't get the Centurions. I want to keep the Centurions. That I have to keep intact.
And the domestic treble.
Yeah, we're going to lose it. Liverpool are on fire at the minute. We have to face that. There's nothing we can do. No problems, Martin. You deserve the rest, pal. Appreciate that, mate. Oh, good. Everyone. Yeah, it would have been available. He wouldn't have been available for selection. What's that on? Maybe I
Cambiasso.
lost that one. Yeah, Cambiasso. Yeah, it might have been that one.
Yeah.
Really getting some excuses in. They are. They've got a little mini injury crisis going on. We'll go into that as well tonight. Hello, everyone from Uzbekistan. Hello. I'm loving that we're getting the Uzbekistan fans in now. Come on, Kushinov. TREBLE is ours. Well done, Lina. Was good to have you on the channel last night, Matt, and hope all as well. Yeah, no, it was. I was on for 10 minutes. I wish I could have given you more, but I was driving. So thought while I'm driving, I'll jump in. Good evening, all. Have a great show. Some help Martin and the lads. PS City are winning the Champions League. You're another deluded one. Hello, Andy Fowler. How are you, mate? Cheers, said Lina. Hey, tone up. Yes, hello to each other. Good evening, City Luke. It was lovely speaking to you earlier, mate. And it's nice to see you a bit more happy, positive. I like that. Go and give City Luke TV. I'm not in my lifetime. A lot of love. City are poised to rival Real Madrid for AC Milan. Theo Hernandez. We'll see. Well, one's a right back, one's a left back, so you might end up with both. Time for me, my missus is a Liverpool fan. Wow. Ooh. That's a sticky spot. Anyway, yeah, good evening, gentlemen.
Could be worse. She could be Arsenal.
Didn't get your views on the window. Like I said, you've been on milk cartons for 3 weeks. Go on, Rich. Floor is yours, mate.
Oh, I'm pleased. I think, it's you can't say it's perfect because we don't know how they're going to turn out because it's really an investment for the long term. And you look at say 3 centre backs we signed all very young. I'm sure that 1 or 2 of them are going to turn out fantastically, and one of them probably will end up at Girona or something like that. Mamouche was a big statement signing, and I think filled the position we desperately needed. He looks like a very good quality player. He looks like someone who's going to add something to Haaland by helping create space for Haaland and making a much more mobile front line in terms of running in space, not just running to the ball. And Gonzalez, that's a fascinating one because he's like the textbook City signing in that, his dad was a City coach. He came through La Masia with Busquets just after Pep. He's come playing in the Portuguese league. So I just find it bizarre that we weren't after him for about 12 months beforehand and signing him sort of early in the window. It seemed last minute, yet he seemed so much more, in terms of his profile, so much more suited than any of the other names we were linked with, like compared to Luiz or Edison or anyone else. He seems far more a City player. So it's going to be interesting watching that. He's certainly got everything we need from the player we needed in midfield, the 6/8, the height, the physicality, the energy, the passing, the background in sort of La Masia football. So, that one's one that, looks quite exciting, but I just don't get why we weren't talking about it for a year before and why all the City fans who watch, all the other leagues hadn't been talking about him as much as we were talking about some of the other players. And then, I'm quite excited about Echeverri as well. Like, he's almost ignored in terms of signing. He's, no one's paying any attention yet. I watched some of the highlights from these Copa America under-21s or under-20s, and he looks like an exciting player. He looks like someone who's really got something about him. And he's played sort of 70, 80 first-team games now. So that's got to be something that we should be thinking about a little bit more.
Well, it's a weird one with Gonzalez because he's gone from, I think the weirdest thing was everyone thought City were doing Douglas Luiz. Everyone had gone Douglas Luiz. And what it's come out as is it's basically come out since is that Porto were not willing to sell at the start of the window. He was the guy we went for at the start of the window.
Was
And
it
we
to
were
do with
told,
the Europa League?
yeah, we were told come back at the end. So it's weird. This is what I said. You've got to be careful what you believe in on the media rumours. I think Douglas Luiz was probably talked about. I don't think we ever did the move. I think this, it's one of them. Nico Gonzalez seems to have been a guy we've been watching for more years than what we probably realise.
Well, I'd imagine he played 70 games for Barca. I'd imagine as a young kid in mainly 21, 22, I think it was. So I'd imagine
he was linked at one point because
imagine
Barcelona was considering sending him our way when we sent Ferran Torres to Barcelona. So, but that was the last time we ever sort of really spoke about him, because once that was done, he just sort of, just went quiet.
Yeah.
And then he went to Valencia after Barca. Didn't really do very much there, and then he was he initially loaned or was he sold to?
He was sold to Porto. It was about €8.5 million.
I mean, he's 23.
23, yeah.
23 years old, by the way. Don't try and look for him on transfer window because you'll get all sorts of different people.
It's a very default name for a Latin player. A Latino
You've
player.
literally got to go around the houses to try and find him. It's actually quite because he's got one of them I think it's like I'm trying to think the word a bit.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what I mean?
God,
one of them.
Man, you'd hate to send him an email, wouldn't you? Is it underscore? Is it dot? Is it?
Yeah, I don't know what the hell his email would be. I mean, that'd be a fun thing to look at. But he has actually done his first interview, believe it or not, today, which I will now bring up for you. Well, say today. That's the priced out stuff. He said, I think this season I have started to arrive more into the area to score goals and assist many goals. He said, I realised in La Masia, and since I was small, I was always playing a similar game, style to what Manchester City plays. Also in Portugal, I also tried to improve my play and the tempo of games, which has made me a complete footballer. And my laptop has just frozen.
Yeah, it's interesting. I watched the same interview, Martin, and he the other thing he talked about is his dad was a coach at City for 2 or 3 years. I'm not sure exactly when, and
he came in at request of Pep when Pep came in.
Yeah, and he always and he he said his dad had always told him to sign for City because it's the best facilities and setup anywhere in the world. So he'd been he'd visited Manchester when his dad was coaching, but only I think once or maybe twice. But he'd always been told that City is this incredible setup. So it's interesting. Another person with a connection into the club coming back.
I'm excited for him. I'm absolutely excited for him.
Well, I think I really quite like about him is that he's got some stature to him. He's 6'2". He wins most of his aerial duels. I think we need that bit of physicality in the presence because that's something that Rodri we've missed with him being out. His presence of just being able to kind of just push aside somebody in that midfield because at the moment, our midfield is like wet tissue paper. Everyone's
he's probably not quite as physical as Rodri, but he's probably more mobile. Slightly quicker. Slightly more. Able to cover the ground slightly quicker than Rodri, but they'll work well together because one can hang back as the other goes forward, and once they get an understanding, they'd be I think in that 6-8 a really good combination. When we're under pressure, 6-6. When we're flying forward, and Edison's on the halfway line, they're both up at 8 attacking and hopefully getting a really good understanding. And it's someone to learn from Rodri. He's actually got most of the attributes Rodri has.
You say his name 3 times, he appears.
We haven't said his name.
Have you calmed down now? Are you more relaxed?
I'm fine.
He was having a right meltdown on a space the other night, this one. Proper meltdown.
Because of Arsenal, because of us not going to sign a centre
He
midfielder.
was coming left, he was going right, he was going forward, he was going backwards. He didn't know which bloody way he was going this one the other night.
Putting the meltdown.
You had Elliot winding him up and he was falling for it. And he's like, oh, yeah, he could play the 6 or the 8. I'm really excited for this guy. And to know we've been after him for so long. And this is why you got to be careful. City, I've said this for so long. City are not going to do the business in the media. They've been after this guy from day one.
Hang on. So you're saying he's not 5th choice?
No, he was the guy they wanted from day one. We were told to come back at the end.
Alan, I think Douglas Luiz and Edison were just used as deflection tactics.
Douglas Luiz, we never made a move for Douglas Luiz, Alan. I don't know where everyone was.
And his agent confirmed that too.
How do you know that?
His agent confirmed it.
Okay.
Douglas Luiz
media talk.
Yeah.
I don't mean so wrong way. Stop listening to people who tell you stuff on YouTube and then going, yeah, I believe that. I said, Zuba Mendes, never happening.
I'm not saying too much because I've not seen him play too much. Well, I've seen him play about 20 minutes of one game, and that's it. So let's just wait and see what it's like. Okay.
And by the way, that's not a dig at anyone. Just saying.
Hang on. I'm pleased we've got a CDM because Jesus Christ, we've suffered without one, and we have really struggled without one. It's just a shame now we've got no right fullback. So,
well, you will get one.
In the summer.
Yeah, I don't know. Alan. Yeah, Alan. I think Kusanov's been signed far more, likely to play right back. Because of the way our defense. Well, because the way our defense plays and Guardiola's playing, number 9 most of the time. If you have a right back, they're going to become a right centre back. And Kusanov's he's not ready to be a centre back of 3. He's a right centre back. So I think he'll be a right back /
He can play at right back.
Right centre back. Yeah, and I think his game's suited to that. In the defensive side. And I think if Guardiola's pushing up and going all up, then, having a right back is more a defender than an attacker's a good bet. So,
well, I hope you're right, Rich. I hope you're right, because the way we defend this last 6 months has been fucking horrendous.
We're going to forget the last 6 months now, Alan. We're now moving forward. I'm not going back into what we should have done last week, 2 years ago. That's done with, buried, move on.
Yeah. And the other thing, the biggest thing that Kusanov gives us and Rice is that they give us the chance to get our actual centre-backs fit. Because when we've got, fit Stones, fit Ake, fit Diaz, Akanji fit, because Akanji's just been playing every minute of every game and, he's had injuries. And so he's lost a bit of confidence taking all that responsibility. So I just think when we get those 4 all fit and they're rotating a little bit, our defense is going to be totally different. Diaz coming back changes our defense for me because he's vocally organises. Ake gives us a really strong defending option. So I think a bit of calm and that should come back into place a lot.
Can I just say before we move on, because I'm going to ask Ozzy on this in a minute, bite your dick off. That is some game to be dragged to. Your first ever game was 10-1 Huddersfield. Wow. That's what you call, you had to be a blue after that one. You had no choice. And you're probably like, wow, this is great, 10-1. Yeah, by the way, just a quick one. Peter Grester has renewed as well. He's on his 2-year anniversary journey. Big up to you, Peter. Thank you so much. I will play the video in a bit. Ozzy, I'm just going to try and round up. I don't want to do too much because I really want to give Leyton Orient the time they deserve on this because I think I'm excited for Saturday. This is what the FA Cup for me is all about. Is what Saturday's about to happen. But I just want to say this. Obviously, there's been rumours today and yesterday that Gundo is going to be told, "See ya, enjoy your rest of your career." Kovacic will have his move. Nunes probably will have his move. There is something I will tell everyone is keep an eye on Lucas Paqueta. It is not off and never ever has been off. If he is cleared, City are going back.
Who?
Lucas Paqueta.
Really?
It has now been confirmed by one of his reps that the deal was done. He was coming to City. Then he got charged, then they had to move, and that's where the Mateus Nunes move came from, was because of the Lucas Paqueta.
They panicked back.
Well, they didn't. Lucas, well, Alan, we can say Ruben Diaz.
Do you know what, Alan? If you're in charge at City, we panic by about 25 players. No one likes to panic by more than
Panic by 11. Yeah.
People forget when you look at our centre backs we went for, we actually went for Harry Maguire number 1. Maguire was number 1. We just weren't going to pay 65 million. Let that sink in your head. Harry Maguire was number 1. Then we went to Koulibaly. We couldn't get any deal, even though Koulibaly was set, signed and done, and Napoli pulled the rug. Then we went to Koundé at Seville. Couldn't get that done. Diaz was 4th choice. Not a bad frigging 4th choice. I don't buy into this 4th choice, 3rd choice. It is what it is. This is why I don't think Nunes was ever a panic buy. It was just they have a list of players and they go down it.
He was
because I know was Bellingham. Couldn't get him. So you go down. People like to live on this thing. But anyway, you've heard all the rumours, Ozzy. Cambiasso seems done. They're looking at Hio and that. I don't know whether it's Theo or Hio. I never know how to say that word properly. This Theo Hernandez rumour never wants to go away from City. He's becoming like the new Isco. I don't know if anyone's noticed. Every window, Theo Hernandez gets thrown up in the City links. He's becoming the new Isco.
I still think we'll get Isco one day. I still think we'll get Isco.
There is also, by the way, quick one. There is legitimate interest in Sabir, whatever he's called.
Sabierski's coming back.
No, not Sabir. Sabir, whatever his name is, the guy at River Plate. And there is major plans for Echeverri as well. And if anyone is watching the guy is lighting up that tournament for fun at the moment.
Yeah,
I'm like, hello, I'm back. And someone's going to tell me, by the way, he's 19. Well, Kushinov and Victor Hayes are 19 and 20. We can't have one energy for one player and the other player at the same age. Oh, well, no, he's going to go out on loan. Let's just
why is O'Reilly not getting a game? He's only 19 and all.
You ever thought maybe Pep don't think he's good enough, Alan?
He is good enough.
How do you know?
Yeah, but Pep doesn't think so.
What game have you seen? Because unless you're in training with him, Alan, you have no frigging idea.
He's there with this telescope.
He's not played any games, Alan. So you don't know if he's good enough.
We should
be in the bushes again, Alan.
Alan, you are doing the sentimentality stuff. They're from the academy. Get him in, and you'll do exactly what you did with Rico. You'll big him up. You came on here 12 months ago. Rico's from Bury, from Radcliffe. I love a bit of Rico, and now you're trying to sell him out the door. Don't be doing that. Stay to it. This is why I call you out, Alan, on it, because 12 months ago, you were giving me the Radcliffe bullshit on Rico Lewis. And 12 months later, you're scarping him out the door and driving him to the airport. Don't be giving me that, Alan. Anyway, Ozzy, carry on.
What's your question?
What do you think about all that news? Obviously, the Gundogan, is it? Obviously, phase one.
Are you now the ITK that's coming out now? You know what's going on.
No, that's just what's been reported today.
Okay.
Go on,
Jeez, Alan. Like, stop labeling the ITK. You don't see anybody else on the panel doing it.
Go on. Can we get an answer to a question? Jesus.
Yeah, so I think we've all been saying it for weeks that Gundo, his playing time career at City's over. We're all really hoping that he'll move into the backroom staff because, from all accounts, he's very much up there like Pep. Football brain. We know he trained with the under 15s? He did a session with before he left City the first time.
Excuse me, Martin, stop pissing about. Carry on.
Sorry, I'm just gloating about someone you said shit, but never mind. Carry on, Ozzy.
Yeah, they're from the academy, aren't they? Okay.
Yeah, Phil Foden, yeah, he had player of the month. Bag of shit him. Carry on, Oz.
Yeah. So with the likes of you've really lost my train of thought. Thanks, guys.
You can tell this show is not scripted.
It really isn't. Jesus, can't even. So I mean, we've all known our midfield needs freshening up. Kovacic has looked so bad for the last month and probably plus. We know he's not a number 6. He's barely been an 8 at times for this. And do you need a minute off camera, Martin, to compose yourself?
That's the best line.
I'm not even.
The white horse. Fucking make him captain. Rico said hello to me in the street. Give him a statue.
Give him the.
Oh, bloody hell.
Carry on. I've got.
I think my car takeaway from the window for January has been it's hard to rate it in some respects because, really and truly, even though we brought in 4 players for the first team, really only 2 of them are probably going to make a big impact over the rest of the season. And that's kind of why in the last show I said it was like more of a 6 out of 10 than what I eventually pushed up to a bit of a 7. But I just, with the likes of, as Alan said, with not replacing Walker, it feels that this rebuild hasn't finished yet. So I think it's quite interesting with the players that look like they're going to go out the door and the players that were being linked with to come in the summer, because we all know that a big rebuild is going to have to happen, especially in the midfield and with a fullback area as well. I think it's interesting that we're going back in with Paqueta because it felt like last summer that was all big, like with the charges over his head, and it's been quiet all season, which is just remarkable. That I feel sorry for him because if he's not guilty, that is just so bad that he's had that hanging over his head. But I think there are other players out there. I mean, I quite like the look of Alex Pereira at Villarreal, who we've been previously linked to. I think he's a top quality player.
At the moment, he's not on the list,
which is a bit of a surprise to me because we have been linked to him.
Was to me.
I think he's a quality player. I mean, he's playing kind of left midfield right now, but I think with the chances that he creates for that Villarreal team, he's unbelievable. So for me, I mean, that's a shout that I'd like to see possibly come in the summer, especially if we don't get Paqueta, if that's kind of City's number 1 target. But yeah, I just think it is hard for me to say really and truly that for the rest of this season, with the players that we've got in, 2 are going to make the biggest impact. We're not sure how their impact is going to happen and where we'll finish ultimately and what we'll win. But for me, as long as we're kind of in that top 4/top 5, that they can make that kind of impact, and then we go in the summer again.
Bought a new one, blew out. Went to Curry's and I bought him a new TV, which, by the way, called World War III. because it wasn't the same brand, and he was upset about it. I got him a Samsung instead of an LG. Boy, did that cause problems. Yeah. Anyway, no, I'm totally with you, Ozzy. The Paqueta stuff has kind of shocked me a little bit. But it is.
Has he been found innocent now? Has he been found innocent now?
No. I mean, it's in the MEN today, saying that it was a done deal. Said City had a done deal for Lucas Paqueta in 2023, according to one of the players' reps. Right. It was a strange window for the Blues in the aftermath of the treble when they were going for Declan Rice, and they went for former City player Barry Siltman, who'd been representing footballers for a decade and worked with Paqueta's agent on the deal to broker a move. He regrets how it transpired and how the investigation has impacted on the player's form. He was talking, he said on the Talking City podcast, when that fell through, I was absolutely gutted. I brought him into West Ham and I love him as a player. He had Man City written all over him. They must have had a scouting network in France, but why they never bought him, I don't know, because it's not like he came into West Ham and all of a sudden improved. I think that's a great point. He was phenomenal and kept thinking a major club had come in for him. He's starting playing the last few games, but he did like he did before, and hopefully the situation he's got will disappear, and I still think he will be a major addition to Manchester City now.
So he's not been found innocent yet. Well, he's not going to come until he's found innocent, is it?
It's weird because he's been found innocent in Brazil, but not England. So I don't know. It's a very weird. I think it's very weird.
But it's remarkable because he's still playing for West Ham. So
yeah, well, he should. He's not been found guilty, has he?
No, I know. But what I'm saying is, it's taken so long that hanging over his head, Alan, all this time, and to be found innocent in Brazil, but yet it's still taking so long. What we nearly up to 2 years.
I know
going on. I don't know. I don't know of any other player that's
because the FA charges were made public at the end of last season.
Didn't it come out of Brazil first? Didn't it actually come out of Brazil first?
Yeah, I think so.
I can't remember.
I don't know. I've got it in my head that it came out of Brazil first. But anyway, I think it's telling you we've got a very exciting summer to come ahead. Our window does start early. It has now been confirmed that Chelsea and City will not be allowed to start late. They're going to start at the exact same time. So if we go all the way through, they're going to get 32-ish days rest.
What we do, yeah.
Off. Well, they won't even get 32 days because they'll have to come back for training. So they're probably going to get 2 weeks, and then
we have an early transfer window.
Well, that's what I was about to say, Rich. We've got an earlier
for the World Championship, can't we? So we can get Cambiasso day one of that. Yeah. So Cambiasso and Paqueta, if they done deals, they could join us in the US.
Paqueta, you don't work for like bloody UPS.
Paqueta. Sorry, Paqueta.
Don't work for UPS.
So we can get them in. We can get them in early.
Just don't know. I just don't know if UVA'd sell to us until after the Club World Cup. But
I think Cambiasso's after the Club World Cup.
Yeah.
You can ask one question.
UVA won't sell before the tournament.
You can ask one question. Has anyone heard when we're going to get a verdict on you know what?
You have to bring it up, Alan, didn't you?
This year.
Well, we have to go through it. So I'm saying that.
Alan, we've just spent 200 million. We've got 350 million spent on an extension and a hotel. They've just given Erling Haaland over 800 grand a week.
I still want the verdict, Martin.
Alan, do you think the bloody... I'll tell you what, if we get found guilty now, it is the most stupid thing from our owners we've ever done.
Oh, absolutely. You'll shoot it if you get found guilty now.
I mean, I wouldn't go that far. Jesus Christ, mate! But
in my opinion, I think it'll be. I think we'll know in the international break in March.
Yeah,
that's what I think.
David White was my favourite player. I was gutted when we sold him to Leeds. I cried when we sold him to Leeds.
Normally, it'll be just before we play Liverpool. To distract us.
Oh yeah, well,
coming out on Monday just before Real Madrid. Right, let's get into it.
Or just after we play Liverpool.
On Saturday.
God, I'm just going to say, because there's been doing a lot around in the media, and I don't think we've really covered it very much. Just the negativity of the media around our transfer spending plus players that have come in.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Pep the coach's way out of this problem. I heard that one.
Yeah, but it's also about the amount of money that we've spent. It's about the players are not good enough that we brought in. We've paid over the odds for the players. I mean, it's just been relentless. I mean, more so than I've seen in quite a while. I mean, we're honest, talking all sections of the media. We're not just talking about talk sports and that low rubbish.
I think that helps. I think that's good. I think that sets the bar low and it actually gives the players a chance to actually come good. The worst thing you can have with signings is what happens with Liverpool, where Darwin Núñez signs and he's better than Erling Haaland. And then every time he only scores a goal every 2 games or doesn't score a hat-trick, everyone's on him and he's a failure. Whereas they set the bar so low for our signings, they can come in, they can take time to settle, and when they do turn out to be good, they look genius. And you know, I think the press are helping us with that, to be honest. I think it annoys the fans, but I think they're helping the players.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not arsed with the media haters anyway. I wasn't expecting the media to give us any kind of leeway. It is what it is. I'm not arsed what the media think. This is why City don't give them anything, because they're a bunch of wankers. Simple as. Not all of them. Some of them are all right, but majority just have got no. City have no time for them. They have no time to say.
No, I just think I was watching one of the clips from ESPN and kind of their podcast, and even they were being
stop watching that. You're like a dagger in your heart. Stop watching that.
No, but normally, like they're not that bad. But I mean, actually,
they
they're
are
talking about
bad. They are a shambles with City. They hate us.
Yeah, they're talking like Alvarez was a bad signing. They were like absolutely slating when we signed him. It was just not good enough. We're not good enough to be Erling Haaland's backup. And then we sell him for nearly 90 million euros. So
yeah, but that's good. But that takes the pressure off. If you hype players up when they join, then the media can then turn on them and say how crap they are. If you belittle signings before they join, the only way's up. And there's, you know, it helps the players. It just takes the pressure off. I think, you know, I think we see the prime example with Liverpool, like Darwin Núñez, who actually isn't as bad as everyone says he is, but he looks like it because they hyped him up as better than Haaland when he signed and said he was the best striker ever. So then everyone compares him against that. If they'd have said he's the next, you know, Nicholas Bentner, everyone would probably be raving about him.
Yeah.
And so let's keep it like that. Then, you know, when they come good and they're world class, the media will look like idiots. They won't admit it, but they'll look like idiots.
No,
right.
They did the same with KDB and Mahrez, didn't they? And Stones.
Yeah, look at that clip of was it Phil Thompson and Paul Merson slagging off KDB, you know, about waste of money, he'll never make it, You know, the same as some of them with Pep, he'll never make it you know, that's just the way it is. And, you know, as far as I see, that's actually pretty good. It, you know, helps us.
Howdy, Alex, just let you know, we have promoted 3. Rico Lewis, Phil Foden, Oscar Bob. So we have got 3. The thing is, you're not going to bring in 10 academy players. Real Madrid don't bring in 10 academy players. No team, top elite team, bring in 10 academy players. People need to part this. Keep saying it. If you want academy players, then you can't go out and spend 200-300 million in a market. It's 1 or 2 a season, and we see how good they are. This belief of bringing loads.
Barcelona's known for that with La Masia, but you never see more than about a third of that squad coming through.
And they only did it because they had bans galore. Like Chelsea. Go back to when Frank Lampard had that transfer ban and he brought all the kids in and everyone was like, hey, I said as soon as that window opens for them, they will ditch them kids and go and buy again. And that's exactly what they did. And then they've gone and bought all the youngsters. That's all they've done. They're not promoting any youngsters. They've gone to South America and bought all the youngsters and then sold them on again. They bought all these kids to do what we've done, but they bought them then to sell them on for profit back the other way. Like they've just done with that bloody Vega guy, whatever it was, out to Juventus. It's crazy what they're doing. But anyway, let's get sat there because I'm excited.
They treat their players like a hotel.
Orient, 6 in League One. Old Brisbane Road. Some of our players are going to get a right old culture shock when they walk onto that pitch. I'm 12:15 kickoff, nice and early. Big up to the Blues going down. If you've managed, you are one of the lucky few, and I mean few, to get a ticket down there. Big up to you. Safe journey down, leaving at 5 a.m. Some of you, 6 a.m. or whenever it is you're going down all the way down there. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Now, Leyton Orient are in a little bit of good form at the moment. Their last game, they slapped Exeter 6-2. They did get beat by Stockport. Sorry, their last away game, their last home game, they did get beat by the mighty county. That mighty county did go and beat them. So big up them. But they're currently 6 in the table. They did beat Derby on penalties at Brisbane Road. I'm going to be straight with you. I'm expecting a more stronger team than people realise. I do expect a stronger team.
Yeah, no, I think there'll be, 4 or 5 real starters in there. Plus, the others, it's not going to be kids. I think it's going to be pretty strong. I mean, there'll be the Ortegas, etc., and we'll rest 3 or 4 players, but I think we'll be pretty strong.
Addison might still be injured.
Yeah, but I think Ortega would be in for the FA Cup anyway.
I think he's going to start Nico as well, really, because he can't start him fresh against Real Madrid. So,
right, can we say Gonzalez? You're getting Alan excited when you say Nico. Can you put the Gonzalez on the end?
Yeah.
Alan sat there going, O'Reilly. No.
O'Reilly, or he thinks you said Rico.
It'll be Nico Gonzalez who plays. Yeah,
sorry, Alan.
He will play because you can't. Like, I'm with you. You can't.
It was a nice pint at the White Horse too.
Yeah, he's got to start. So,
see, I'll be honest. I'm expecting Kushinov. I'm expecting Victor Hayes. I'm expecting.
Are you? I don't know about starting them both. Would you start both of them?
Yeah.
Why not?
Well, why would you not?
I was thinking one or the other.
No, both. Why would you not start both of them?
You've got to see what they can do, Pat. It's kind of the perfect game for them both to come in.
Mm.
Do you know what I mean? Because if they're not working, you bring someone off the bench.
When you see my 11 in a bit, you'll be shocked.
Only if Husanov starts right back. I don't think you start them as a centre back pairing. They'll have a senior centre back.
Well, yeah, but who'd you put right back? Nunez again?
No, I think Husanov.
I know you could, but I just don't. I
think Husanov right. I think Husanov will be right back. If Reyes plays, then Husanov will be right back.
I agree with you, Rich. I think he should.
I don't think, but they'll play an experienced centre back.
I think
Husanov will go right back.
Anyone throwing in a bit of Oscar? Oscar Bob.
Yeah,
Oscar Bob definitely.
Yeah,
if he's fit enough, either off the bench or.
Well, he's been training for about 5 weeks now, Rich. So if he's not fit yet, Jesus, I don't know what we're doing with him.
I think it'll be interesting if Grealish gets a start.
Sorry, you
no.
I had to.
No, but I'm being serious though, Mike. On the level of he should start because this is really his last saloon. Like if he doesn't play and start this game, I think the writing's on the wall for definite.
Do you not think the writing's on the wall already?
I think it is, but I think there's going to be a number of fans who think he's still got a chance to maybe redeem himself.
Got no chance. He's got no like when I looked at that stat the other day, and I love Grealish, but 6 Premier League games he's been on the bench and he's played 33 minutes. Him and Pep are just you can tell. 33 minutes in 6 games, and he's been on the bench. He's just. I know that will hurt you, Alan, but mate, the writing's on the wall. and you know it is. The writing is on the wall for him, sadly. And I've defended him, but I just, I don't think he's helped himself a little bit.
What has he done? Off the field, what has he
Hasn't done, Alan, let's be honest.
Bloody Alan, just go straight in with the direct questions, mate.
Well, I'm asking you, because I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't, Alan. I think we don't know some of the reasons what have happened. We know he's had some personal issues off the field, but I think when it comes to on the field, he just hasn't been good enough over the last couple of seasons. He hasn't scored a goal in over a year, Alan. You know, and I'm afraid that.
Well, no, he scored one about 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, you know,
he scored in Paris.
Before that, Rich.
Yeah.
The ladies beat Arsenal. Come on,
Mary Fowler, 95th
Mary
minute
Fowler,
winner.
scoring both.
Yeah,
nice.
95th minute winner. Yeah,
and there goes Martin.
Aussie.
There goes Martin again, not giving credit to an Australian player for C.
Aussie.
Sorry, because we've had all the Chloe Kelly controversy for the last 2 weeks. Stick that. Did Chloe Kelly play tonight? Stick that in your thing and eat it. Did she play?
Oh no,
Did she play?
She's a trade. She's a trade.
She can't, Alan. She can't, Martin. She can't. She's on loan.
She's on loan, isn't she? I don't know, Alan. We're not doing that. I was joking. There's two sides to every story. I'm not going into the Chloe Kelly debate. That's just going to really open up debates, and I'm not doing that. Some of the you think the men's football debate's been bad. You want to get in that Chloe Kelly one. My God, the insults that have flown at her and flown at Gareth Taylor, the Bunny Shaw shit she's had to put up with this week, not only from Arsenal fans, but from some of her own fans. How she lives her life is her bloody deal, everyone. People are just, I won't say, we had a conversation in the WhatsApp last night, and I'm telling you now, what Rich said and Ozzy said was bang on the money. I will not say it, but it is like being back in 1932 with some people's thinkings. Get your head out your ass and come into 2025, people. Seriously. Anyway. Yeah, so big up to the women.
It's about what we think about Sam Kerr as well. Oh my God, what's she like?
Alan, you don't watch the women for football. Let's be straight.
Well, I watched her in the police station pissed.
At the risk of Alan getting horned up, is there an argument about the say if Rico starts this weekend?
Exactly.
Well, there you go. See, yep.
I've got a question.
The white horse.
Right. Why would the club push so damn much to get Vita Hayes out? Because Palmeiras wanted him for the Club World Cup, and they were like, let us keep him till the end of the season, yeah? And we were adamant we want now. If we wanted him now, what was the point if we weren't going to do anything with him? Surely there is a plan. Pep said 2 weeks ago they were both ready. Got to remember, it's only been 2 games. I think we're jumping the gun here. There was only Chelsea and Arsenal. I understand the Arsenal one. I ain't chucking kids into Arsenal away. I get it. I understand that a little bit. Whether it's right or wrong, you don't tend to do that. But Leyton Orient, I would expect some movement on either of them. Otherwise, you might as well have kept him at Palmeiras. I don't understand the point if we can't get Leyton Orient in the cup. And you spend 30 million quid. I don't see the point. You might as well have left him there with what they wanted.
Yep, agreed.
Yeah, I agree.
Fair.
Anyway, that's me.
I mean, don't get me wrong. There's an advantage in being around the club and around the players, especially in training, you know, because that does give them the opportunity to start early with behind the scenes. But as Pep said, and you said, Brian, he brought him in for now. So if he doesn't play this game, what's the point?
I just don't see the point in us bringing him in if we weren't going to do it. Yeah. Listen, I went on a show with Deja, and big up Deji, but he was like, oh, City is shit. I'm like, I will take it off anyone. I'm not taking it off a Tottenham fan. I am not taking no abuse off a Tottenham fan about being in the mud. I'm not doing it. You can get back in your box. You know,
Right now,
I will
aren't they
take
getting
abuse to
spanked by
Arsenal,
Liverpool?
Villa, whatever. I will even get it off Forest fans. I am not taking it off a Tottenham fan. I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
Rich does every single week. Don't you,
I
Rich?
don't know why. Tottenham are a bag
Not
of
about
shit.
football. Not about football.
The thing that
Yeah,
makes me laugh is Tottenham and United and Arsenal are beating the worst City team in about 6 years. What's they gloating for? When we were on form, they couldn't beat us. You beat us when we're in transition. Well done. Let's see next year what you do, eh? Because I bet you get your ass slapped back
Mine,
again.
mine.
Arsenal need to be really careful because Arsenal are becoming the new
No,
Liverpool.
I'm not up.
They
Stay on
are.
Leyton Orient, Rich. I'm
Yeah,
not
they're
doing that.
becoming the new Liverpool. Their fans are getting so cocky, but they've got to follow through.
Yeah,
They've
but I
got
think
to
you have to
follow
remember
through.
though,
That's what
Or you
you
look
said.
stupid.
Balls.
for them, for teams like that. I mean, look the way PSG celebrated after beating us. I think we have to take this as a bit of a compliment, really.
Yeah, but
Because-
PSG was their survival. PSG was about being out of Europe.
But still, come on, Rich.
Yeah.
The way they celebrated, it was against us. All right, it wasn't just they were going to progress into the Champions League. It was they'd beaten us. All right. Same with Arsenal. Same with Spurs. Same with United. It's become their cup because let's be fair, they're not winning much else. So to beat us is their cup.
For Arsenal,
we need to take that as a compliment because we are now one of the elite teams where if you can beat us, that's something to brag about for them. That's all they've got to brag about. Let's be fair.
I
That's
totally
all they
agree.
can brag
Yeah,
about.
on the Arsenal front, yeah.
We were.
Is everyone going with Marmoush up front on Saturday and we're resting Haaland?
Yeah, I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, by the way, you're not going to rest Foden, Mamouche, and Cade. I mean, see, we'll get on to we'll do a little bit of Madrid. We're going to come back to Madrid on Monday night with a full preview. Because I'm intrigued on this midfield. Because
my issue with the midfield, like especially with Kevin De Bruyne and Mamouche, is I just think it's very difficult for those two players to play together. I'm not sure how that works.
That's my other thing.
That's what I'm saying. I struggle to see how. The biggest thing that I think that we're still missing, even with Haaland, but we're not doing it with Mamouche over his last two games, is we're not playing those forward passes into him. And there are times where you just see him. It's even with Haaland as well, where they're just on the edge, and on that back line, they make those runs, and there just isn't the pass to get in behind, and it's so annoying because we can see it when we're watching the game. I just don't understand it's not like it happens a couple of times; it happens nearly every time. They don't make those passes behind the line for the likes of Mamouche and Haaland to run on. And that has got to change.
Yeah.
I don't know if everybody else feels that way, but that is every time I watch City play, that is something that's got to change for the rest of the season because I still think we're going to be shaky in the midfield.
Yeah. I mean
once.
Well, the problem is we're in a bit of the unknown with Nico Gonzalez. We're in a bit of an unknown. I know everyone thinks I don't want to put too much pressure on the lad because everyone's thinking he comes in and bang off we go and everything's fixed. Yes. The one thing I was listening to the other day is he's as close to Rodri as you're going to get to a Rodri. Stature-wise, his movement-wise, everything. Now, he could be like Rodri's first season. And Alan, nicknames him Nico Gone Floppy or whatever you want to call him. He'll nickname him something by the end. He'll probably say he's a bus driver or a tea maker. He'll come up with some random job for him. But the thing is, I think we've been clever. We brought in young, hungry players. Because I'm going to be straight with you. I've never said this. I'm going to say it live on air. I got asked a question today, which that was a brilliant question. Someone said to me, do I think City are going out losing on purpose? I said, no. Then I got asked another question. Do you think they want to win as much? That I had to pause on for 5 minutes. Because no, I don't think they want to win as much. I think the hunger has gone out of some of them. I think some of them have believed their own hype. I think they believe their own popularity, everything, because they've reached the pinnacle of football, some of them. And I think what we've needed is this redress and this refresh. So I've said this for ages. It's like a school teacher. They have the same set of children every single year. They get bored. By the end of July, they've had enough. They're ready for that class to go up to the next level, the next year. And I think we've hit that with some of our players. I think they've done everything they can in football, and we've kept some a bit too long. For whatever reason, whether it's right or wrong, whichever name you want, I don't think they're going out to lose, and I don't think they've given up. I just think their hunger to win is not as much as it once was 12, 18 months ago. Don't think that hunger is there anymore.
The collapse at Arsenal, I mean, some of them were just walking around the pitch, just...
If I'm going to be honest, Ozzy, that's not the first time I've seen it this year.
No, it's not. It's not. It's not the first time I've seen it.
I have happy clapped some of it. I will admit that.
Yeah, and I think we have to be honest. Some of them have just looked disinterested. Some of them have just walked around that pitch, and some of them have been jogging back rather than running back when, the opposite team are on for a goal. Some of it has been disgraceful.
So that's why I'm excited. They've now got 6 months, some of these players, to use it like a bit of a pre-season. If we can get a bonus of an FA Cup or a Champions League or whatever out of them, excellent. But these players are going to be tip-top and ready and flowing 6 months in within. Because do I think you'll see the best of Marmoush this year? No, I think you'll see it next year. I think you'll see the best of all these players next year. And I'm excited. This is why I'm so excited for the future. Because we're not doing it the United way. We're not going out buying a name because he's got 300 million followers on Instagram and he's worth 100 mil. We're not doing that bullshit. We're doing the rebuild properly. 2 things. I think Pep's going to stay here long, because why would Pep bring an 18-year-old in, teaching the Pep way and then piss off in 2 years? Why would Pep throw his whole marriage away for Sitter? This guy's going to stay here longer. Haaland, 10 years. There is fully development transition where we're going into our phase 2. But our phase 2 won't be like Netflix. Our phase 2 will have an ending point and a full stop at the end. We will have phase 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Because we are run properly.
Yeah, Alan, Martin must have some insider information. The club's going to be folded because of 115 at the end of stage 2.
You are just so desperate to see us.
Let me know, Nick. I'll get you on the net. We'll get you on Monday night, Nick.
I'm not desperate. I want the verdict done.
Thank
done.
you for the offer.
If we're innocent, which I'm hoping we are.
Alan, Ozzy was saying, I'm desperate to be. I'm desperate to be in Division 1.
Yeah,
it's not all about you, Alan.
It is.
It's not all about you.
I just want, I want us to be in this. Of course I do, but I want to see the meltdown from the rest of the world, because it will be a massive meltdown.
You're going to be disappointed. You're going to be disappointed, though, Alan, because all they're going to say is, City
paid them off. Yeah,
it's not going to change anything. It's not going to change anything.
I went for something to eat with you know who last night, with Mr. Leo Turner.
Voldemort. Yeah.
Oh God, yeah. And he was
the racist prick.
Yeah, the cheat.
I don't mind calling him that.
You paid them off. Oh, it all came out. It all came out last night.
I'm sorry, Alan. How you speak to him? I've never met the guy. I've heard him speak. I don't care. I've had 2 conversations with him.
What's going to happen?
I've had 2 conversations with him. I never want to speak to the guy ever again in my life.
What's going to happen is that I don't think it's going to change that much. Guilty or innocent, I think all the same people who say we're guilty are just going to assume we are. They're still going to call us cheating. They're going to say we got off on a technicality. And
anyway,
the media might change though, because they'll have to, because
Rich,
otherwise they'll be toast.
Then I need to get a patting because he's far too comfortable and quiet there.
I'm Leyton Orient,
Lugo, thank you for you. Everyone's on 21 months. Big up to you all. And Koyuki Hayashi, our basic Android 2.0. The only reason I follow City Women is because of Yui. Thank you very much for your $1.99. We appreciate that. Your very kind generosity. And you know what that means?
More than you believe. More than you believe, I'm happy.
Come on, Pat, give us your Leyton Orient viewpoints.
Just without following it, not making it sound like we're following a script, but it'll just be like a typical FA Cup round away at a gritty, gutsy sort of, lower league, sort of team. I expect Leyton Orient to put in a bit of a shift against us. We've seen it before when we've played teams like Cheltenham and Peterborough. Like, they don't make it easy for you. They certainly, they always want to put up a challenge. Whether they do it for a full 90 minutes, though, remains to be seen. So I still expect a lot of rotations for this game. But at the same time, too, I wouldn't be surprised if we do see a few first teamers playing this as well. I mean, they've had a week off, which is very few and far between with City, especially at this time of year in any season, really. But I do hope to see the new guys get a bit of a run out there as well, too. I don't mind if we have plenty of rotations. If we have 5 substitutions at the hour mark, I don't mind saving a few legs for Real Madrid. I have no problems with that whatsoever. But I always like these FA Cup ties when we get these. Not necessarily because you might think they're easy or anything like that, but I think teams always always lift their game whenever they play against us, and it can be just as much entertaining as it can be, good football or interesting football. So I'm excited for this, looking forward to it. And the only thing I'm disappointed about is that I'm not there. That's it. But yeah.
What about Mbamba? Because that's a good point,
Yep.
Do you rest KDB?
It's a good shout, and he had a good game against Salford. So
He did,
do you rest KDB and Foden and play and Haaland and play Mamouche as the 10 and even Muramba as the 9?
You could do.
I'm just going random little things.
That'd be a good combination because we know that Mamouche can play off a striker, someone like Mbamba, so that would work quite well actually.
I love him. And you know what? Mbamba's I love him. He's like a proper old-fashioned number 9. That's what I love.
Yeah.
He jumps up.
He gets stuck in.
Come on. I love it. He's like Alan. He's a cross between Alan Shearer and Emil. He's got that pace of Esker, and he's got that brutality of and that build of Alan Shearer. I love him.
Big kid.
Well, the Esky boys in the academy are doing well. Aren't
No,
they?
Alan Heskey boys are not playing on Saturday. Move on from that one.
Get the Alan Esky going
They
on with.
They are doing well in the academy.
The one thing that is really good, which is incredibly rare when we're playing Real Madrid. Whenever we play Real Madrid, they normally have the week off before.
Hang on, we jumped here.
No. But it's relative to Leyton Orient. But what I'm saying is that I think Real Madrid have got Atletico this weekend, haven't they? Saturday night or something. So we're actually, we might be thinking normally we've got to really, really rest players because we're playing a fresh Madrid. But we might actually have the edge because not only are we playing, not being rude to Leyton Orient, but an easy. They're not Atletico Madrid, and we've got the extra 8 hours. So as well as being at home, so I think we probably can afford to be a bit stronger with our Leyton Orient team than we might normally be. I think the home.
Well, we've got 27 players now.
As well.
Got 27 players.
How many are fit?
Well, this is the squad so far.
About 20.
I mean, you've got Carson, Edison, Ortega. Take Edison out, but he's not fit. Akanji, Ake is still injured. Ruben Diaz is injured. So you've got a choice of Akanji, Gavardio, Kushinov, Lewis, Victor Hayes, John Stones, or even Jamal Simpson-Pouza, which, by the way, City were offered 3 offers on deadline day and turned them all down for Jamal Simpson-Pouza. There was major interest in him and they turned it all down because they think he will be required for this season. So maybe he plays. Oscar Bob, Kevin De Bruyne, and Jeremy Doku, who is still injured, but we don't know what the injury is. Phil Foden, Nico Gonzalez, Grealish, Gundogan, Kovacic, James McAtee, Mateus Nunes, Rodri is injured, Semenyo, Bernardo Silva, Erling Haaland, Mamouche, you've still got Nico Riley, and you've still got Steven Mbamba. So you've still got, you are still going to have room to fill a bench and still leave players out. We're in a very weird position now where we've actually got options everywhere for the first time in a long time.
Well, we've been crying out for it, so we need to utilise it.
I thought Heskey did have pace when he was at Liverpool. Yeah, and at Leicester.
Is all I'm doing is colouring in again?
I mean, I'm going to straight with you. Does anyone think there could be an upset? I'm just be honest. Is anyone
there always
thinking
could be an upset in the FA Cup if you don't switch on when you're playing. You know,
I knew you'd be the one to say there could be. I just knew you were the one.
Ooh.
Do you not think it would be very City-ish to lose to Leyton Orient and then beat Real Madrid in 4 days?
Very bad. Very bad.
We lose 1-0 to Orient, and then we beat Real Madrid 3-0, and then the next weekend the Leyton Orient fans are singing about how they're better than Real Madrid.
Rich, if Nico Gonzalez has a bad game, Pep, Alan will already be referring him to wait staff at Tast at Pep's restaurant.
Oh dear me! It better not be shit. I don't know that.
There are some quality players, young lads in our academy and the under-18s, and they are in a good place. That's all you need to know.
Right, I'm going to go do some work, so I'm going to have to go. If that's all right with you.
So we'll see you on LBs in 5 minutes.
No, I'm not supposed to LB for ages.
Stick the knife in and twist it.
Have the hammer over your head, son.
Yeah, I've got to go to work.
I'm loving that shirt you got there, Alan, by the way.
So it's all right, isn't it?
Yeah, but just don't grab it like that, please.
Hey?
You're spending a bit of money?
Oh, I've had this.
Yeah, because everything's 30% at the moment.
2 or 3 years I've had this.
Bloody cheapskate.
Hey, I do like Pat's top, you know.
It's a good kit. It's a bloody good kit. It's so comfortable too.
No, the one I like though is the Melbourne one. The Melbourne away one is the one I want.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the sash. Yeah.
But it's never in stock in my size. Every time I go on, it says fat bastard size out of stock. Sorry.
Puma Australia still had it available on XXL.
Yeah, but I actually need 16XL. You know what I mean? So that's just to get my tits in.
Well, what do I bloody need, don't you?
Can you get a custom one that
can you get one that will fit Martin Salamander tits in?
Hey, I'm on my diet. You leave me alone.
You brought it up.
He was joking, Cade. He was
Man,
joking.
you deep fry your fingernails.
Oh my God,
people
are not getting sarcasm anymore. Orient will be a practice match.
Oof.
Ooh. Alan, just before you go, I need one thing on Saturday. If we beat Leyton Orient like 5-6-0, just be happy for once. Do not say it's only Leyton Orient. Because I know you will. I know you will. I know you're going to come out with it's only Leyton Orient.
But you know he's going to do it just to wind you up, man.
My prediction the weekend is we'll beat Leyton Orient, go through, but I don't fancy our chances against Real Madrid, I'll be honest.
Okay. Well, anyway, thank you, Alan, for joining us. Take care. Have a lovely time.
All right, mate. Take it easy. Rich, I'll give you a ring later.
Yeah.
Rich, put your phone on mute.
Well, there's a rosy future for you.
There's a
we'll go live on there. We'll go live on.
We'll go live in an hour.
Yeah.
So,
right. Right. We'll go round. Pat, are we going through?
Yeah.
No
even though
by the way, it ends up today.
Yeah. I mean, given our form, we're not favourites at the moment, but I think we'll go through.
Jose?
I feel like it's 50-50 right now.
Fucking hell, how the mighty have fallen. We're literally winning out on Leyton Orient here.
So I said, based on form, I don't think we're based on form. I don't think we're favourites, guys. I don't think we are.
I'll take a scrappy one.
Sketchy.
You know.
It's sketchy, isn't it? Let's be fair.
Should you want me to have a look at the odds? Because listen, House Captain will love this. Let's have a look at the odds.
18-1 for Leyton Orient, and
Fuck off. Needs to be more than that.
that's what I've got
We're
in
not
front of me
that
right
bad.
now.
Do you know what? Do you know what would be a good bet? Leyton Orient leading at half time.
Yeah,
Because we could be, new players, young players come in. We could be a bit rusty. They poach a goal late in the first half, sort of thing.
Do you know what? 17-2 is the best. Sorry, that's the draw. 22-1, 24-1, 25-1, and 26-1. City are odds on with everyone. 1-10, 1-12, 1-16, 1-18, 1-12, 1-12, 1-40 with live score bet. Gee, bloody whiz. My God.
Martin, Leyton Orient to to go in the first half with the lead is 13-1.
Wow. So, yeah, what have they put? Let me have a look. What have they put? Rich, what do you think while we're just on this?
Well, obviously, I think we're going to lose to Leyton Orient and beat Real Madrid.
Ruben Diaz, Jeremy Doku, Edison,
yeah.
Nathan Ake, all to return. Is that the breaking?
Oh,
It's a shame we lost to Arsenal because I said in the transfer window show, I said, or before that, I said, wouldn't it be a typical City thing if we went through, undefeated in February with all the fixtures we got, but the one bad performance we have is Leyton Orient.
No, I think we'll go through. I think it'll be not as convincing as Salford, but I think we'll overpower them.
I will just show you that. Gee whiz, bloody hell, what's that doing?
Jeez.
Wow.
Is that right? Hang on.
That's us.
That's wrong. Right, let me bring this up. There you go. Right, so breaking news: Ruben Diaz, Jeremy. Make sure that's actually showing correctly now. I've actually got that correctly. See, look, I'm learning, people. Ruben Diaz, Jeremy Doku, Edison, and Nathan Ake have all returned to training. And there you go as well, Nico Gonzalez, all in his glory there, training. And yeah, Bunny Shaw was withdrawn from the City squad tonight, feeling with mental well-being after suffering racist and misogynistic abuse. Yeah. So there you go with that.
Can you say that last word again, Martin?
Pardon?
What was that last word?
Misogynistic.
Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, there we go. That's where we're at. I think we'll win. I'm not going to give close the pawn tabs. There was no pawn tabs. Thank you very much. This is a very adult. This is a professional.
I love that he's going to say this is a very adult channel.
I wasn't realised. Oh, shit. Can't say that. By the way, thank you for the super chat again. For Kyogo Hayashi says, had great times with you, Pat, at Amity Hall. Do you know this person, Pat?
Obviously.
You're on mute.
Yeah, thanks, mate. If you're going to be there for Brighton on the 15th of March, I'll be at the Amity Hall as well. I'm heading back to New York next month.
Oh, hello.
On the way through before I see everybody in Manchester.
Connor's gone with Ortega, Lewis, Kushinoff, Victor Hayes. McFarlane's not playing, mate. I'll tell you that. And Navas O'Reilly. Gonzalez, McAtee's the one. So does he rest Mamouche, Haaland, KDB, and Foden? This is where I'm loving this big squad now. I'm loving it. We're literally going to have a bench of like 800 million. I'm loving it.
Again, what was the point of keeping McAtee if he's not going to see any game time?
Yeah.
I'm more just quickly saying. I'm more interested in how quickly Martin did the U-turn. Martin did the U-turn because 6 months ago I was like, we're better with a small squad.
Don't lie, mate.
Anyway, get rid of those two wankers. Anyway, Mbamba and my prediction is 4-1 City. If we're going to be professional,
Piss off! I was enjoying the serenity.
Mate, so we've done that one. Mamouche, Kushinov, Reyes, all be in the City squad against Real Madrid. Mamouche, Kushinov, Gonzalez will be. I think we can only do 3 unless there is a new rule. I don't know.
The question I had on that is, did we register Rodri in the first?
Yes. No, we didn't, and we will register him this time, though.
So that means we can only bring in.
The rumours are true, by the way. They are registering Rodri.
Yeah.
What about Walker?
Which means that.
Yeah, I don't think that frees a space up. I don't think it works like that. I think it's,
you
know that rule of you can only register 3.
Yeah,
it doesn't. It gives you more.
We might have made a bit of a cock up because we had space to register Rodri, and we probably should have done, even though we knew he was never going to play. Because now we can only register 2 of the 4 new signings or 2 of the 5 because if we register Rodri. So City probably made a bit of an admin cock up if that's the case.
Is this how far we've fallen doubting ourselves versus Leyton Orient? Yeah, they're all shitting themselves. City-itis is back. City-itis is back.
Yep.
So does that mean AC Milan can't play Walker either of them, European?
No, they can register 3 players.
No, you can register.
You can register 3 new players, but only 3.
Oh, right, okay.
So if we register Rodri, it's going to be and it's going to be quite a hard one for City because if we, you'd think on the fees page you'd register Gonzalez, Rodri, and Mamouche, but that means we don't register any of the new defenders, and we go for the rest of the Champions League with a weaker defence than in the first lot. So I don't know. There might be a shock.
Sorry, I'm trademarking that Manchester is blue. That's a thumbnail if Orient beat us. Leyton Orient beat us. That's the thumbnail title. Orient Express. I'm nicking that. No, there is no space tonight in LB98. Spaces will be back over the weekend. We'll do one Saturday night, Sunday. I'm just having a complete relax this week, but the spaces will be back. I appreciate everyone loves them. I know they will. Right.
So, Martin, if we beat them 7-0, does that mean it's murder on the Orient Express?
Yep.
Yeah.
Very well.
Right. Rich has got to go. You see, he comes in for 1 week. This is off. Are you around Monday night, Rich?
I have to check. Tuesday morning. It depends. Early, yeah, but not late.
Yeah, we can go at 8. So, I don't mind.
Yeah, something at 8 o'clock. Yeah,
I just want to do a Real Madrid preview and make you do some work on your channel. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was on this last Thursday as well.
I'm joking. Do you know what? I love the way he got all defensive. I was on for at least 32 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. Night, everyone.
Night, Rich.
Take care, Braves.
Will.
Anyway, right, before we come to Real Madrid, because we are going to go into that on Monday a bit more, I am just going to touch on what is starting to slowly kick off again. And I know some are really going to get peeved off with this. I know they will. But we're at that time of year again where season ticket renewals are about to hit. And we're back to the old ticket price. And 1894, who are an amazing group, and I will back them 100% with everything that they do. They have been on a literally mission this week, going around all the local club supporters branches. Dante, if you don't know Dante, he's been on this channel many times and a good mate who'll speak to. Really, really nice fella, proper, genuine, salt of the earth guy. Who, when he speaks, people listen, and they should do, because the guy knows what he's talking about, and he's got the club at best to heart. But we're at that time where people are going to start upsetting about ticket prices. But the Manchester City fan group, City Matters, have told the club they fear supporters are being priced out of attending the Etihad, and that the season ticket policy being pursued could sever a generational link between fans. The club have called for renewed dialogue from the club ahead of the season ticket renewal window, having presented their own proposals to the club in the final months of 2024. City Matters, the club's elected fan advisory board, have sent an open letter to Chairman Khaldoon Al-Mubarak today, voicing their concerns ahead of the 25-26 season. The club have raised season ticket prices by 5% last year, a decision that led to protests by fans at the club. And Pep Guardiola himself, he understood the fans' frustration. These prices were released in early March. Now we're into February. You now see where we're going. And ahead of the renewal window, prices are being confirmed for 25-26. City Matters have written to Al-Mubarak to reaffirm their views. In a detailed letter, the club explained how prices and the way season tickets are sold have changed in recent years and outlined some of the challenges being faced by fans living in Greater Manchester. This is what the club said. We believe there is no longer a balance in the club. Sorry, this is what the City Matters group said. Make sure I'm giving the correct info. This is from City Matters. We believe there is no longer a balance in the club's season ticket policy, said the group. As a consequence of everything noted previously, many Manchester City supporters may be priced out of supporting their side due to the club's ticketing policy decisions, whether they're financial hardship or they are simply deemed a season card no longer value for money. Some have already suffered this fate, and it's an extremely difficult decision for individuals to make. The club are quick to emphasise their connection to Manchester. In our more recent annual report, Fernand Soriano spoke to his love for the city of Manchester. We are asking that we do not lose that link. After all, what is a club without Manchester? Even our nickname of the Citizens is in reference to our Mancunian roots. By making it practically impossible to obtain a season ticket, ticketing policy decision makers at City are severing the generational link between fans. And my laptop has frozen again. It's every time I go onto this, and I don't know why. In this instance, the club accounts show profitability in each season since 14-15, so the last 10 years, with the notable exception of 19-20, which was curtailed by the COVID-19 pandemic. In each of the last two seasons, the club have made a profit in excess of 70 million. In this instance, we believe that you can have your cake and eat it. We do not extract excessive and ever-increasing revenue from loyal supporters, and City Matters outlined their own season ticket proposals in a meeting in September and then again in December, calling for prices to be frozen or reduced 25-26. They have also proposed removing the $150 upfront cost of the brand new Flexi Gold season tickets and giving fans the options to choose between gold or a platinum. The fan group are now calling for the club to devote the majority of February City Matters meeting to discuss it, and they are hopeful. There was a statement which I was trying to bring up, but I can't find it, that was mentioned on BBC Manchester, which Dante was on. Sadly, the club have come out with a statement. I cannot find it. I don't know where it is. I will try and find it for Monday night, where basically they're saying they have to do this to keep in line with all the top clubs of making matchday revenue. And what City Matters and 1894 are saying is, no, you can basically let us all in for free. We're not saying that, and still turn a profit over. You don't have to do what you are doing. The problem is, I don't think you're ever going to get everyone agreeing on this, because as people say, there is always a cut-off point with somebody. What I can afford is different to what someone else can afford. It all goes off your individual circumstances. So the trouble is, unless we all get together on this, the club ain't going to do anything. That's the sad reality of this.
It's not just us though, Martin. It's, I think it was only, a couple of weeks ago that even United fans and City fans were getting together and protesting together.
And Liverpool.
Yeah, and Liverpool. We're all protesting around this issue. It's not just us. And, you're going to have to look at what Arsenal fans are paying for their season tickets, and they just blow everybody out the water. Same as Spurs, if I believe I'm right on that occasion. But it's. I think the big thing that I think is one of the big differences is that for Manchester City fans is that most of our fans are working class. Not earning what even the average salary in this country is 25 grand. Not a lot of people in Manchester are earning that kind of money. I think City, need to really look after their fans. There's been several times on the Charmine where you've called them out for disabled parking. And I just think sometimes they just.
I'm happy clappy though. I never call the club out. It's what I get told. I do actually call the club out.
You do. And we're doing it right now. We're calling them out on, the revenue that they bring in from matchday fans is what? A couple of percent. It's not a lot.
Peanuts. It's absolute peanuts.
Yeah.
As Dante told me once, sorry to jump in, but as Dante told me once, it's a £1 million sponsorship deal that gets this over the line. They can get that anywhere. £1 million. Something daft like that would get them over the line. They don't have to take it out of the fans every single time. And by the way, Brentford, Brentford, I'm not sure when it was, whether it was 2 or 3 weeks back, actually was ringing up their season ticket holders to see how they were mentally. Are you doing all right? How are you doing? That connection with them.
Yeah, well, Brentford do a really good pricing plan for a lot of their matchday fans. Kids getting in for I think it's just as less as 15 quid, even maybe even less than that. They really do look after their match-going fans, and that's something I think City could learn from. I just think we have this horrible nickname as the Empty Had, but I think that started to become a reason for that, because just a lot of fans in Manchester just can't afford every game, because let's be fair, we play in most of the big competitions. We go far in most of the big competitions, and matchday fans just have to make that choice. Can I really afford to go and watch them in the Champions League on a Tuesday night, or am I going to wait till the weekend when we're going to be playing? I don't know.
We got Newcastle and Liverpool coming up, so you got 2 huge games, and they're all, the old Category A sort of level games where they're going to be charging 70, 80 quid a ticket. Now, I will give them the due. We always look at both sides of the coins here on the channel. The pricing for the Real Madrid matches was very reasonable. I'll give them the due on that. Very reasonable. It was about 30 odd quid to go in. Very reasonable.
If you could get a ticket, Martin.
Was about to say, the trouble is they've messed up the selling section again. And it's very weird how it's every time we play Real Madrid that the ticket system goes down. Because what we're going to end up with again, I promise you on Tuesday night, we're going to end up with thousands of Real Madrid fans in the City end all over again. Watch.
Yeah. Because I couldn't even get a ticket. Just can't get one.
Well, I would shut me after the show because you might have one. Because my missus don't want to go, so you can have that one if you want to. If you can get over.
Yeah, we'll talk her afterwards.
See, there you go. Look at that. Giving it away on the Mancunian way. No, my missus don't want to go.
It will be taken out of Aussie's pay, but still,
Yeah.
Right.
It's always
yeah.
No, but and by the way, we are going to do the giveaway, the 5K giveaway on Monday. I promise you, we're going to do it on Monday for the 2 tickets and I'm waiting to find out. The reason I'm delaying it, I'm waiting to see where we're at the FA Cup. That's why. Because I want to do the draw. Because if we end up at home to someone a bit lower down, there'll be more tickets available. So then we can give them away this season. Sadly, as you've seen with the Madrid, it's only 1 per ticket. So that I can't give away. As a channel, we cannot give away 2 tickets when we can only get 1, which is our own. We need it when there's more availability, where it's like a lower... sounds awful. It's a lower team where you can get 3 per game. Then we can start manoeuvring it around. So it will be on Monday. So the club don't care. I don't. The club are in a very difficult position. I get what they're saying. They're trying to make money. Because what they're going to say is, you've got Haaland on this, you want Virts, you want this, you want that player, you want that player. The trouble is, they're bragging about profits year on year. And it's the fans who are getting the kit back. They're the ones who are getting their ass kicked every year. And as much as, yes, mine only went up £20, not a lot, I can afford it. Others are going up by £150. Not everyone's increase is the same. So it depends on your circumstances. They got the arse slapped over the disability tickets. Now there's a Villa fan in here who were having to pay for disability tickets, having to pay. They were getting bid £100 to go and watch Champions League games.
Yeah, wasn't the cheapest tickets for Celtic were like 90 quid or 95 quid
or
something. Yeah,
the UK income does not cover that. And I was going to bring someone else up that I know, Andy, the 9320 Pubcast, has done a little bit of tweeting here, because this has been going on Blue Moon all day. Have you seen this, by the way? Just letting you know, Andre Cambiaso's agent, Giovanni Beyond, links to City. Juventus will explain what happened. I'll tell you that everything that went out in the newspaper in relation to negotiation is true. It's true that City wanted him. So it sounds like it was from the Juventus end where things disappeared. Anyway, Andy was earlier on. There was a big debate on Blue Moon earlier, really big debate. At the moment, Kevin Parker is getting whipped. Because what they've done is they've done a letter and everyone signed it. The person who hasn't signed it is Kevin Parker. And what people are doing is, and this is what it's going to cause, people are going to have a go at Kevin, who is the head of the supporters groups, and they're saying, why are you not signing it? Because you're in with the club. When you're meant to be looking after the fans, because that's why you're head of the supporters branch. And the trouble is, this is just causing divides all the way down now. And I'm not saying Kevin's in the wrong. What I'm saying is this is what it's causing. That wasn't from Andy. That was just Andy was sharing something from Blue Moon Forum that has gone on all day.
When you say, like, I'm not taking sides with anybody, but when you say Kevin Parker's a little bit between a rock and a hard place, because technically he is employed by the club.
Well, this is going on earlier on about he's been dumped by the Canal Street Blues for trying to form a breakaway club, a group, and stage an attempted coup to make the group more heterosexual. It had been discussed with Danny Wilson and Omar in an hour long. It goes on and on. I'm not going to go into it, but this is the kind of shit that's going on now. It's going mad at the minute. I just, this is what it's causing. So I don't know. I don't know what's right or wrong. I understand the fans' frustration. I will reach out to Dante to see if he can come on to discuss this in a bit more detail. I know they are mad busy. And if Dante ever watches this, you know you have an open invitation. You've got our WhatsApp. Yeah. It's like Dar said, this is a grey area. I fully support Dante 1894 and City Matters. I agree with them. But what I'm saying is I do see the club. It's the way the club, and Dante sent me a great, he was on like I said, BBC Manchester, and he said the statement the club have put out is it's full of jargon, legal jargon, business jargon, that an everyday fan is not going to understand or know what that means. Honestly, it's on the BBC Radio Manchester website. I think it was yesterday's or tonight's show. Go and listen to it. It was talked about on there. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll put it up in a group. I'll put it up in our community page. I will put the link to the actual show on BBC Manchester. So if you want to follow it, you can listen to it on BBC, on our community page. I will put the link in there. You will need to do it. Jargon is just using big posh words. It's like jargon is like you want to talk about computers and you start talking about the systems that are being used and the hard drives that are being used. Whereas we know them as hard drives, there is a jargon word. It's like teaching. If I start talking about the curriculum and everything else, you wouldn't understand it.
The other problem with jargon too, Martin, is it can be used as a form of deflection as well. So I think that's what's going to upset people too.
Yeah.
It's also one thing I will say, it's a good way of hiding behind stuff. You start putting the big poshy words out there.
Yep.
Well, yeah, you can start, because everyone goes, what does that mean? And no one who's got the time.
Lawyers get paid a lot of money.
Yeah, it's like legal lawyer talk.
That's why they get paid the big bucks.
Yeah, it's like a doctor bringing up medical. We would view it as a broken leg, and he goes, "It's a broken fibula with a grade 3 of a." And you're like, "What?"
Compound fracture.
My line of work. My line of work. When you're talking about technicalities with the airlines and that, you can't go and talk about what this and this is. You got to basically explain it in
standing isn't being allowed. It's only going to be allowed in the standing areas. If you stand up, because I know in some, it was very weird at Ipswich away. In the away end on the lower, they all got told to sit down. We were standing up because we were taking the piss out of them in the Ipswich lower. We were going, hey, sit down, stand up, sit down. We were doing it all that to them.
Yeah.
And they were getting told to sit down by the stewards. Our stewards were just letting us go with it in the upper tier. The lower one, nah, sit down. 6-0 up, community page on the channel. On the channel. I'm right behind the supporters groups. It was a great letter. We understand both sides of the situation. That's what I mean. I understand both sides, Luke, but at the end of the day, we're a fan. We're working, like Ozzy said, we are working class. And this is why I don't understand this local foreign debate. Because the thing is, just because someone from America or India or wherever can afford to pay £150 a ticket, does that mean you should? No. If I'm paying 40 quid, you should be paying 40 quid.
Martin, if I can add to that, I think I'd probably say a lot of our members from the Sydney branch here, I don't think a few pounds, raised here and there for a single ticket isn't going to make too much of an issue. But if we go down this road where we're a bit concerned, where you're going to start seeing hikes where we could get Real Madrid being like 120 to 150 quid just through the OSC alone, then I think we're running a risk of losing a lot of members, because people are going to turn around and say, well, hang on, if the reason I became a member was because I got tickets to a match at 60 quid when all the booking agencies were trying to flog them off for 250 quid, then why do I become a member of the supporters clubs? So then we've got to be careful about where we tread down this road, because as a supporter club, you can lose a lot of members very, very quickly with that. But
why should you, why should you as a supporter club have to be careful? Because I know what you mean. You don't want to piss off the other side. And you know what I mean by the other side.
Yeah.
Because you'll get less tickets sent to you.
Yeah.
Why?
We'll get we'll get less tickets, and the window the window for them to be open will be even shorter. I get what you're saying. Whichever road I treaded down with that conversation, it was always going to be a tricky one.
Even then, Andrew, and the trouble is, in your position as chairman, you can't win.
No.
Because you're sat there trying to go, well, you know what? Martin's paying 35 quid for his ticket. Well, why am I paying 200? Well, tough titties.
I'm not saying we do, but I know I'd have to have a word with Tanya and just see exactly what she knows or what she hears about it, because I feel like if there's an increase for season tickets, then sooner or later there's going to be an increase for individual sales on the OSC.
Flights. You have to pay for hotels. Why should you have to pay extortionate price? This is why I don't get this local versus foreign fan debate. We're not against foreign fans coming in. We're trying to help. What we're trying to say is someone abroad should not have to pay £300 for a ticket just because he's abroad. But they take it all as though we're attacking them. We're not. We're helping. But the trouble is, everyone backs into a corner. And it's the old adages that I've always said. People are listening to react and not to respond. Because they're not doing it. They've already got the backs up. They've already got the ideas in their head. And they've already got a pre-made answer out. Because they think it's something else when it's nothing about that. It's crazy. It's absolute crazy shit that is going on because people are not listening. They're going, "Oh, you're gatekeeping." Not to do with gatekeeping. We're trying to help. If we weren't helping, we'll just let the club. At the end of the day, Martin Horsfield can sit there and pay whatever he wants for his ticket. I'm all right, Jack. I can afford it. Tell you what, you pay £300 for your ticket. Off you go. I'm not paying that. It's not about me. Why do I care? Because we do care. We do care. We're a family.
And nobody hates like family.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, we will try and sort it out. And I do get what they mean by the generational, because now there's no new season tickets either. My son's lucky. He's now got his season ticket and he's in. My grandson or granddaughter can't go to the games anymore. I will never be able to take my granddaughter or grandchild to a game ever again with me. How sad's that? So that's where the generational links cut. I got brought up with being taken by my dad. He was being taken by his dad. He was being taken by his, and so on. And it goes down. I've took my children, my wife. Now a lot stops. My son is the last link from my family now to Sir. How sad's that? That's the sad part. Anyway, you can never read Doctor's handwriting. Let's not get on to Doctor's handwriting. Anyway, let's sort of yeah, it's totally fucked up. I totally agree with you, it's go. And they do make it work in Germany. They do. Listen, Bayern Munich charge big money for some games. We don't 100%, but they also charge cheaper as well. It's crazy. But I do see both sides. They have to make money. They do have to make money. I get that. But all they're asking for is one season. Just freeze it. That's all we're saying. One season. Doesn't have to always come out the fans' pockets. It is. Right. Anything you want to add before we jump onto the Real Madrid for the last? We're going to do 5 because we're going to do Real Madrid more Monday. I don't know who's available. You two want to do it? Yeah. No, but you shouldn't have to pay thousands to go, DC. Why should you? You pay for your flight and your hotel, but not for your ticket. I don't know. I know what you're saying, DC, but I don't agree with it. I think if I'm paying 30 quid, you should pay 30 quid. If I'm paying 65, you should pay 65. Well, maybe that's me. Maybe I'm too old-fashioned. Anything you want to add on Real Madrid? Because obviously that's on Tuesday at 8 p.m. Now, Real Madrid have got some issues as well.
They've got quite an injury list.
Pardon?
They've got quite an injury list.
I was going to say there was a few boos at the moment at the Bernabeu.
God, if someone asks me for their injury list, you pull out a banjo. Look,
Well, that's an entitled fan base if you've ever seen one.
Well, their injury list at the moment is Daniel Carvajal, cruciate ligament tear, Milito, cruciate ligament tear, Rudiger. They've got no defenders.
No.
You think
Shane Carvajal's out because I think we all look forward to that Grealish Carvajal battle. It's always been good.
Yeah. He's not going to be able to wind him up.
Nope.
Bellingham is on a yellow card. There's a lot of shit going on with Real Madrid at the moment.
I mean, isn't even Courtois out at the moment too, isn't he? I thought I read that somewhere.
I know Alaba's out, Milito's out, Camavinga could be out. Carvajal's definitely out.
Chouameni?
I don't know about him.
Well,
he's not on the list.
I think they played Lunin in goals yesterday for the cup match against Leganes.
Hello?
Lunin, the Ukrainian keeper, he was in net against Leganes in the Copa
He's a
del
big
Rey
boy.
yesterday.
He's a big boy.
Pause.
Not everything's paused. Get your mind out the gutter.
With no fall in the trap, okay.
Dirty bastard.
Hide your baby oil.
They are obviously top of the league, and everyone's like, "Oh, aren't they great?" But if you actually look, they're not. They're conceding goals. 2 against, like you said, Leganes. They got beat by Espanyol 1-0. They did beat Valladolid. So they have done okay, but they've also took a couple of beatings as well.
Speaking of taking a few beatings, man, like they've got to play Atletico in this weekend. They could take even more because Atletico aren't just going to go in there and just give them a couple of little nudges. They'll tear holes through them.
I mean, I'm going to be straight.
A couple of seasons ago,
I think we can beat these. I do.
Yeah, you got to be optimistic. Come on.
yeah. I think it's just the pace, isn't it, that I think we're worried about, and our back line. Our midfield feels a bit more solid, but
Kuzanov in a flat sprint with Vinny. Come on.
No, I don't know why. I can feel the coach greeting and lining the strip, and you know what I mean, like making it such a night on Tuesday.
Well, let's just hope a gift shop doesn't burn down.
Okay.
God's sake. Do we know what the cause of that was, by the way?
Yeah, some
Rodri walked past. Rodri walked past.
Yeah, that's going.
Yeah, no, I'd say Rodri walked past.
Like someone's had a cheeky. Don't see. My boss is coming. My boss is coming.
Yeah.
Was it you, Bard?
No, we have all our defenders back, Ichigo. We have them all back. Well, they're all back in training. I went to Barcelona and tickets for €38. They have no back line, but they've got Courtois. Tell you, I don't know. Everyone is scared of Real Madrid because of the name. Real Madrid have never won at the Etihad. In 120 minutes of football, they won on penalties, but it doesn't count as a loss in FIFA rules and UEFA rules. In 120 minutes of football, Real Madrid have never won at the Etihad. Facts.
So we're expecting more of a bit of a stalemate kind of between the two teams.
No, I
think Madrid will play for the stalemate.
Yeah. It feels that they did last time, and they had a much better, stronger squad then, and they just played for it. So it would not surprise me if we're going to break them down because of the low block yet again.
True.
Listen, we don't know what this Nico Gonzalez is going to be. Martin dips it in his Costa. I do not smoke. It's a disgusting habit, Andrew.
Yeah, you still do it.
Who does?
You.
I resent that remark. Big stretch. Listen, Kelster.
That's why I prefer to meet up with Martin. That's why I prefer to meet up with Martin when I'm pissed, because then I feel less guilty when I ask you for a fag.
He nicks me fags. This one.
That's why I always turn up pissed. Nothing wrong with a 4 point. Nothing wrong with a 4 point, Siggy.
This is where I met him in Mary D's, and he's out the back one.
Yeah.
Where'd you get them from? Didn't buy me a pint though, cheeky little sod.
I knew you were driving. Well, actually, you know what? You get away with it because you probably your blood alcohol limit would be under by the time you get out of the car park.
It'd be under because of my weight. Luke, maybe Diaz need a bit of
sober up in the car park.
Sober up when I have a sandwich. 12 pennies and shilling back. Like
I'm going to carry a bottle for a breeze when I meet you two next. Jesus.
Is Martin sponsored by Costa?
Just
no, not yet. We are
working on it.
You two are terrible. Listen, if anyone's been a long standing, we don't stand on Aaron Grace's here on the Mancunian way.
No,
listen,
we want
to have fun. We want to have fun and a bit of banter and a laugh. And if people don't like it, it is what it is. We're just real fans and real people. We're not here to stand in air and graces. We're a family, we're a community, we have a laugh. And if you can't laugh at yourself, then Jesus, there's something wrong in the world. Everyone's too sodding up their own ass nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
Bugs the... Someone said like this, it's like 1932 now. It's like you've got to put a laughing emoji on the end of a text now just to make sure they understand the context.
Well, like you don't take yourself seriously, and people are like, "You take yourselves too seriously." What? Like,
no, it's like when you go, "Oh, you wanker," and they go, "Oh, you calling a wanker? I'm not speaking to you now." I'm like, it's a bloody laughing emoji. Sorry, I didn't realize I had to put that on. Anyway, I'm excited. Listen, we appreciate it. We are back. We are back Saturday night for the post match of Leyton at Orient. But I'm excited on Real Madrid. I'm very, very confident on it. Maybe I'm deluded on my confidence. Probably am. But I'm just confident. I've got plenty of hair. Can I see that? Bringing plenty of hair. Why do you think I'm letting it grow? I know it's a bit thin on top, but I'm still letting it grow.
I thought you said plenty of air. I was like, oh, so that's what ignited the cigarette at the gift shop.
It was all out by the time I got there. Because I was on Judge Moore.
Oh, you put the fire out, did you?
No, I was on Judge Moore.
Went from anti-hero to hero.
It's when my other half passed all the firemen in the suits, and she was like, "Ooh, it's a bit warm in here." So fire's out. Well, calm down.
Do you know a funny story about with the firemen? Like my mum, you know, she's not with us anymore. The rest of the soul, but she used to work for a poker machine company, and they had the building complex had a problem with the fire system. It would just randomly come on like during shifts. And of course, like when it came on, you know, you can't take any risks. So they call, you know, would automatically alarm the fire department that it all come down. And because she was like, you know, like in her 50s and 60s and that, and everybody, like all the women who worked around her were all about the same age. So as soon as it was like, oh, they caught the fire brigade, like, oh, they all go outside to the emergency meeting point and that, where's the fire brigade? And they'd always bring like the old guys, like the ones who are about a year away from retirement. They'd be like, oh. You're not going to get these fit buff 20-year-old or 30-year-old lads and that. No, you got the fossil brigade.
Hey, you know, you're like me dad, you house captain. We all love the crack. It's the crack. Yeah, love the crack. If you said that now, you get arrested. Can't go and go, I love the crack. Like, no, can't say that anymore. 2025.
Yep.
Jesus.
You found crack, but you wouldn't want to smoke it.
If I walk around the way, I'm loving the crack. Jesus. The looks I get. I'd have women looking at me. I'd have the stewards looking at me going, what's he on? There's all sorts going on here.
The crack.
Mate said to me once, he's
3 different lots of generational people coming out with one line.
A mate of mine once said to me, he says, my grandma was once detained under suspicion of possession of drugs and that. They found crack, but you wouldn't want to smoke it.
Especially when it's 65-year-old crack. Anyway,
it doesn't get better with age.
Like a fine wine.
We're ending now. This is your fault, house captain.
Oh, we're at pub talk now, aren't we?
Oh,
we're in the pub zone.
What talk now?
We passed the watershed. Be sure.
He's gone. He's gone.
Martin's cracked.
My other half don't watch these anymore.
Martin's actually cracked.
I apologise to the females who are in the chat and have understood that, and the ones who haven't. Well
call
done.
Dante, tell him to help. Call Dante and tell him to help. No, Martin, call Dante and tell him to help you with your own statement.
Oh God, Jesus! That's the channel demonetized. Talking about 65-year-olds cracks. Anyway,
Super chats in. We need to compensate. Have we lost viewers? Please say no.
We have lost 50 people.
Not listening to these main road wankers.
Tell you, that's the kind of crack you don't want on the street. Anyway, right, we're going to end there because we're going down a rabbit hole. No, I can't even.
That's a whole lot of crack.
Whoa. Right, yeah, we have gone. I'm done. Right, I'm done.
And it's good night from him. And it's good night from him.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe and smash that crack. No, the like button.
We've been on for 2 hours, people. It's 2 hours too long. Come on.
Oh, we've not done out all week. I know his experience, but cushion up. What's the No. I can't even do the chats anymore.
Kusanov.
Oh, no.
Kusanov. Whoa. He comes from Uzbekistan. He looks like Jackie Chan.
Jesus. Wow. Anyway, we're going to leave it there. No, literally, we are dropping viewerships. Anyway, I want to say a massive thank you to everyone who has joined us tonight. We will be back Saturday night with post-match, the Leyton Orient. We will be back then on Monday to go through proper Real Madrid stuff. I think I'm on a Real Madrid podcast Monday night at some point. I'll let you know when we're on. I'm going to try and record that beforehand. We are in a bit of a hiatus at the minute on Big Up. We are going to come back on Big Up. I have spoke. Now, normally you have to get to 250 to get the AI technology. Ale at Big Up has been amazing. He's dropped it to 100 for us. So we literally need 35 new followers to get it up, because I explained we're struggling to get people to migrate from YouTube over to Big Up. It is free. You do need a login, but it's free. You sign up your own password, and we can literally, like Monday Night Football, we can literally play clips, and it's all copyright free, and we can literally freeze it and put arrows in and circles and really deep down into that. Next week, Martin Talks will be back as well. That's took a bit of a hiatus, so I had a little bit of a break. Martin Talks will be back. And don't forget, Monday, we will do the giveaway for the 5K as well. So thank you to every single person. Manchester is blue. It is. And I'm not putting it on screen because we'll lose it again. Blue art, stop. I'm not putting these on the screen because I'll lose it, and I'm trying to be professional now. I want to say a massive thank you to Alan, Pat, and Ozza, and Rich for joining us.
Yeah, thanks, mate. Good show.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah, I think we have to come in optimistic because we should be optimistic about the weekend. And yeah, don't let bad results put you in a bad place. It's been a fun week. I think there's every reason to feel relaxed.
That's true. Anyone who thinks Martin's an happy clapper comes to the watch alongs and Big Up. There's no happy clapping going on there. Trust me.
A different kind of big up.
Yeah, there is no happy clapping going on that one. I will say, by the way, we are 22 away from 5,100. We've hit nearly 2,000 views tonight. We are flying at the moment. We're at over 5K on the transfer special. We're at over 600 members, thanks to so many people's generosity. We are 2 likes away from 150 likes. The more advertisement we get out for off YouTube on the analytics, not advertising, but they pushes out more. And it's your channel. I'm going to say this. By the end of this season, we're trying to hit 6K. We're going to go big. We would like to try and hit 6K.
Okay.
6K, everyone. Don't know what he's bloody on 10K. Anyway, want to say a massive
Some
thank
someone
you.
more deluded than others.
Exactly. Someone's been doing the other kind of crack. Anyway, massive thank you to everyone who's joined us
The
tonight.
60-year-old one. I know you've seen some things as a nurse, Ozzy, but
Stories I can tell you, Pat. Jesus.
good night, everyone.
Good night.
Pull the plug, Martin. Not Oz. No, don't you do it, Ozzy. You'll lose your job.
Like fucking children, you two, grow up.
I'll just keep you warmed up if you go back to your profession, Martin.
Anyone from my job sees this, I'm fucking sacked. That's me, dub. P45 in the post and gone. Anyway, big thank you to everyone. We'll see you on
Yeah,
Saturday.
but you work for the club according to half the fan base.
I'm the reason the season tickets keep going up.
Yep.
Yeah.
Look at KD. I'm going
Get
to
that
an
right there.
swimming pool. If we get beat 5-0 at home, you'll bloody want that swimming pool because you won't be going to the Bernabeu. Night Blues, take care, Dudley. Thank you all, everyone who's joined us. Cornelius, we pray, mate. We do pray, but we're about the community and the love and the family. Numbers are numbers. Listen, we'd like to grow, and that's why, but we want to grow organically and with a proper community. That's what we want. We want, if you're a dickhead and you're coming in to be personal, you'll be banned. Simple as. Same rules you're getting on We Are the South Stand are the same rules you're getting on here now. Debate with us, disagree with us, 1000%. Anyone goes down the personal road, you can see you later. Bye-bye. End of.
See you next Tuesday.
And that's the way it's going to be. T-shirt idea? No. Anyway, take care, all. I'll speak to you all soon. That's from me and from him. Bye.
Hey, Ray.
What a cracking show.
That's all it's cracked up.